Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 6 of episode 3.
In which
part 6 of episode 3.
We escaped the mafia, apparently.
Somehow.
Yeah, we escaped the mafia. Dee Vasquez is crazy, and we're going into the trial.
Yeah, you'd think there'd just be new charges at this point.
Yeah.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Today will be the final day of this trial, and I won't hear any words otherwise. I just hope the prosecution and defense will both be able to present decisive evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I think it's your turn.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Surprisingly reasonable.
Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
Call your first witness there, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Ms. Dee Vasquez to the stand. Ms. Dee Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation?
Dee Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios.
Globio.
Studio.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes.
Hmm.
I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Ms. Vasquez. The court apologizes. Nick, she tried to kill us. Make her pay.
Right. Yeah, if she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak.
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at noon sharp. It ended at 4, roughly sharp. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal Witt take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. There was Van. I ate some T-bone steaks with Sal. There was Hammer. He had an immaculate circle in his chest. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued. What does that word mean?
It was the van all along.
No, yeah, there was a van. Oh, I thought it might be risky to walk, but with the monkey's head toppling over. So you couldn't walk around it, but you could drive around it.
Of course.
I see. It all becomes clear. All right, Mr. Wright. This is the final battle, Nick.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. All right, so...
All right, yeah. Okay, so she... God, it's when it's most obvious that it's hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also been a week for us.
I kind of want to press on this. It's a rehearsal afterwards?
There was supposed to be a rehearsal. That was the one that Powers woke up late for because he was drugged.
Yeah.
Let's just ask her about that one.
We can press her on everything.
Yeah.
Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean?
Carnal relations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's just...
No, just hold it right there. And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright.
Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Well, we know it's not a 15-minute break.
Do you have someone who can verify this?
Sal.
No, I mean someone else.
One person is enough. And he is more than one person.
If she committed murder
body
during
mass.
that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat T-bone steak, I kind of wish she had said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss of the Scatino family.
Would the T-bone steak be proof?
Well,
don't
that was
know.
from the other area, so she
Yeah.
wasn't over there.
Did we mess up by not collecting
maybe
an
we missed the
intact
evidence.
T-bone steak?
Huh.
No,
Let's ask her about this one when she
Yeah.
actually got to the trailer.
By herself?
yes.
And you didn't stop in at the employee area. Are you always this terse?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I guess just do that one, Joe.
Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that.
The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Okay.
Just ask her about the rehearsal.
All right.
And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten. Idiots.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No.
The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times.
You would think. Come on, all you do is state the obvious, Edgeworth.
Well, of course.
Okay.
So, all right, what else we
Fatigued
got?
from doing what? I don't.
'Cause we asked about the...
She's fatigued from the
Killing
meeting.
someone.
Maybe we present her with... Oh, do we not have the T-bone steak? Oh,
Well,
there it is.
we could probably.
Maybe we should...
I don't know.
Ha, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not.
What's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's a plate.
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak?
Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer.
Aha.
Yet there's no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare.
I ate the bones
Ms. Vasquez,
like a dog.
tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? Think about that, honey.
You ate the bone too.
You ate a boneless steak. You didn't eat no damn steak.
I want to see
You
the
didn't.
reaction to you ate the bone.
You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere like that incinerator.
Oh. I see. Miss Vasquez. Wow. What's it like to meet the Steel Samurai? Picking on salmonella.
Which one should we
It's
pick?
got to be the top one, right?
She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Oh.
Steel Samurai. Are you saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ah.
As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the steel samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands.
Mr. Wright? Isn't that a little presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it?
Yes.
Fascinating. And here I was worrying today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I.
Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes, the samurai spear. I am a dainty wife of a woman. How could I possibly use a heavy spear as a weapon?
You couldn't.
I think you could. Or maybe she could. I don't know.
Because I think she pushed him off the stairs.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would.
That and the Steel Samurai would have had it, so.
Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
The samurai spear was not the murder
Lost
weapon.
defense again. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon.
Okay, it's either that photo.
Yeah, I think it's the photo. Yeah.
Oh, well, I did check it. Present. Ah,
Wrong, Mr. Wright.
but I haven't said anything yet.
I know you well enough by now to know when you're about to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too, Nick, with my fey blood.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
so
really
I
glad we
took
messed up because that was actually pretty funny. Okay, maybe
All
the
right,
real
well,
evidence.
the real evidence, Your Honor.
Yeah, like you just keep ruffling around your
I
pockets.
guess we just show him the spear.
Yeah, like it's got duct tape on it, and it's no blood on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Where's Gumshoe? Gumshoe, why is there no blood on this murder weapon?
But not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady.
Hey, wedge boy.
She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Order.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane?
Are you even aware of what you're saying?
If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
We can't.
Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
I'm afraid so. Very well. Let's see the new murder weapon. It was the monkey. No. Look at this photo.
I mean,
Oh, yes, it's the incorrect evidence again. Only now it's relevant. Order. Order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. What will happen then?
that's it.
We
This
all,
is the
it's
last.
just
the last
instant, last
okay.
day.
Yeah. This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios.
What does this have to do with our current case?
Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced through the chest? Through his stomach, really.
What? Are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago?
So he fell?
Has happened again!
Because she's on the stairs in that photo that just appeared for no reason. Mr. Wright, what's going on?
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder.
No, it's not.
Miss
October
Dee
20th.
Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside of the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence,
That's not...
just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago.
So he cartwheeled onto it.
Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
She shoryukened into the air.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago.
She pushed him off the stairs and he fell.
Precisely. Ironic, isn't it?
The photo you keep showing the player makes no sense, Mr. Wright.
He like helicoptered on
Yeah.
the...
I want to see like a video of this. It was like a smash tournament, you see. The Hammer died. He's even surprised at what happened. So yeah, it seems to be what happened. Evil Magistrate's costume. Yes.
Oh, I just got why it's a perfect hole. That's his armor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You claiming I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break.
No, he drove him over there.
How could I have disposed of the body?
The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
She couldn't because she had
She had
salmonella.
another way.
She had a van.
The top or the bottom would probably work.
What if she had another way to carry the body other than with her own hands? Sal would do anything for her.
Oh yeah.
For instance?
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
Interesting. Let's hear it then, Mr. Wright. Please show us how she carried the body.
The van.
That damn monkey. That's how it broke its head.
Probably.
Ms. Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it.
But the monkey saw you do it, so
Whoa.
you killed him.
Recall your testimony.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued from killing, using my shoryukens and my dragon kicks.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume.
Hold on, Mr. Wright. Don't forget, it was salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator?
Of course, Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood.
Did you just judo flip him over that? I can't
Oh,
get
the-
over that fence.
Yeah. They probably burned it in that
Okay,
small
yeah.
incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun.
Well, that was easy.
I win?
Oh.
E.
Well, all right, let's go, guys.
So, what happens next?
You become my defense attorney.
Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? You freaking killed a man.
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost? Something like that?
Oh, I just said that.
Wait, so you mean Dee Vasquez? It was you. You killed Jack Hammer.
Say it, don't spray it.
This is the most awkward court case ever.
Yeah, it was me. Who
Who
can say?
Huh?
Are you sure I did it? That actually applies in my case, apparently. We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. The glove.
What?
The
What?
The glove don't fit.
Oh, it doesn't.
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, you're the prosecutor here.
Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof.
Quick, Maya.
Edgeworth isn't sure.
Maya, channel Will Powers. There's still time. Or Jack Hammer. I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now?
I have to get to a country without extradition
Should we
relatively
have
quickly.
her testify again?
I think we can just definitively say you did it.
I don't know how to prove that she did.
No
it.
further questions, Vasquez.
That's definitely not the name.
Get out of here.
If she testifies again, there might be something we can get out
Yeah.
of her.
I'd like you to testify.
Get her
again.
on the record. Testify. You know, think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. Waste of time.
Damn.
The viewers at home will get bored. Seems there's no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the obvious guilty party, but... Edgeworth. It's
I
you.
was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't.
I see.
Your Honor, I requested the witness testify again.
You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness.
I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. I too see little point in making this guy... what exactly do you want?
Well, yes, indeed, verily, I say. Ergo, I want to hear what happened about after they found the body.
After they found the body? I haven't heard that. Testify. Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But wasn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict except for that one time? Yeah, Edgeworth's actually really cool now. I was with Sal, an old bag, the security lady. When we found the body, Yusuf was there too. Only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, Holdbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home, grabbed some McDonald's. Did you? Prove it. I see no issues. Okay, Nick, we're close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's bound to falter. She really just call on the mafia to kill everyone at this point. Since she could apparently do that. She was with Sal, an old bag security lady. Do we know that?
What time was that?
We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal. I'd say it was about then.
When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio?
About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you.
Where were the other employees when you got to the studio?
They weren't there yet.
Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help.
I could have cured cancer, and I didn't. What do I say? I wasn't. Yeah, you should try to listen to what people are saying, boy.
Boy.
Oh, she got you good.
Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct?
So he says.
Did no one go to call him?
Remember?
Remember what?
There was a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm?
She sounded pretty calm whenever she walked back to her trailer and left.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around?
The other way around?
You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person?
I have to agree with the defense on this one. Miss Vasquez. Yeah. Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically. I assure you.
Clearly.
Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand.
Are you kidding me?
I just realized what I said. I mean, we often left him on the bus because he looks so normal.
Poor Powers.
Well, I suppose that explains something. I don't. Very well, Mr. Vasquez. Miss Vasquez.
What was everyone doing at that time?
The hokey pokey, and we turned ourselves around. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived at the scene. Sorry, I'm late. That's what he said. Then silence, dead silence.
Ellipsis.
Ellipsis.
Ellipsis. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so ellipsis? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Old bag. That's the security lady.
Why did she think Powers had done it? Right.
Yeah.
Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word?
Perhaps not. She seems to have given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard this all after the fact.
That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera.
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer.
I don't think there's anything I can use.
I asked to be left out of the proceeding.
You asked to be left out?
Yes, it seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
My boss. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since I am innocent, they covered for me.
Covered for you or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on this. All those bigwigs at that meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning.
She was looking for the script.
The script and your direction notes.
Yes, they're quite valuable. I don't want them stolen.
No, I would guess not.
But she asked
Wait a
us
second.
to find that script.
I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal.
Oh.
Why didn't you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Wait, what?
Why?
There was a murder that we could how?
No,
No,
right.
wait, wasn't that all planned before?
She wouldn't have found that out until she had already brought them with her.
Yeah. How?
Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
I do too. Thank you, Edgeworth.
Huh?
Get the program.
Think.
please.
Ms. Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One.
My God, Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would be reasonable. Are you thinking of a career change to defense?
Ellipsis. I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement. However, regardless of how the court sees my role here, now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
He's realized the system is broken. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. The injury, maybe. Very well. Bail yourself out. Okay. I knew that.
But Hammer wasn't the one injured. Powers was.
Powers was injured.
How did you know about the injury?
How did I know? Sal. He told me.
Sal, the director.
Yeah. We have to find something to peg this on her hair, or everything we've done will now be wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Okay, that first. Okay, she knew about the injury to the wrong person. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that.
Didn't we just do that one though? But
Like,
let's
can
try
we
it
present?
again.
Can we present like a photo of the accident?
Or just a photo of the Steel Samurai limping.
Yes. Yeah, that's the photo. Yeah, we don't have a photo of the accident. It's just one of those fake things that they show us.
You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny?
Seeing how he wasn't.
I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers.
What? Ruff, ruff, ruff. Mr. Wright. That's
Yes.
a reasonable observation.
Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending.
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer.
My God.
Now, why do you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
Because Sal told me I need to smoke more to gain power.
I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. You heard Mr. Manila.
We are the defense here. We have to, we're just going to leap into into Edgeworth's role now.
Yeah,
Look, if we're going to save Miss Vasquez, we need to find someone else to pin this on. And I think Will Powers is
just the person.
You didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer
Guys, I
limping
don't
with
think we're
your
going to be able to
own
save Miss
eyes.
Vasquez. She looks really guilty right now. Yes, but wouldn't Mr. Powers? He was injured.
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Oh, like an actor.
And when he was doing this,
Well, It would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly. Ms. Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
What if she was trying to kill Will Powers the whole time?
Oh, she does want the Steel Samurai gone.
Witness? Can you refute this claim?
Very well. I have a question for you.
Why are the real killers always so persistent?
Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. Had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yeah, I guess you'd need one of those motive things. I keep forgetting about those. Like, none of the other people who have been in my court have had motives. It's weird.
Of course we can prove it.
Zoinks!
Okay, here I go.
She wants
I
the
present
Steel
to the court
Samurai gone.
This, my attorney badge.
Irish.
Let's see.
Okay, so she wanted the Steel Samurai gone, but we don't have testimony to that effect.
Maybe Hammer was tired of doing her bidding, so maybe we just need to show the picture of Hammer killing that guy. Or maybe it was really Vasquez that killed that guy 5 years ago.
Or maybe... Like, I'm thinking that Vasquez wanted to kill Will Powers.
That's what I think, too. I just don't know what evidence we have.
Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah.
So the 5-year-old photo?
I think that's the only thing we would have.
Yeah, take it. This is my proof.
That's that photo.
This photo reveals the motive in this murder.
You developed a taste for
I'm
murder.
right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was on the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change.
Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yes, undoubtedly, it was the constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives, and you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. Almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, and not the other way around. What motive, other than possibly self-defense, would Miss Vasquez have? According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Oh, Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive.
All right.
We better have evidence.
Allow me to present to the court evidence proving Ms. Vasquez's motive.
All right, what's the envelope to the right here? Okay, not that one. What's... No.
Okay. The path to glory represents the children's love for the show that she wants to cancel. That's the only thing I could think of
Should
at
we
this time.
show the sleeping pills?
I don't... Because it was...
To show that she was actually trying to kill...
Oh, because Jack
Powers?
Hammer was trying to get... Why would he come to her in that outfit?
Yeah.
He wants the role. That that would explain why Jack Hammer.
I guess to show that he can wear it well
Yeah.
and look the part.
Yeah, and it wouldn't make any
Sleeping
difference.
pills, take that. This is my proof.
And this tells us why Ms. Vasquez wanted to kill Mr. Hammer. I'd say all it proves is that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles. Damn it. Mr. Wright, the court requests that you find your marbles immediately. Yes! So glad we did that. I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you a strike 2 on that. Mr. Wright, you still have a pretty hefty blue bar.
What if we need the plate instead
Maybe
of the
she
bottle?
had no motive. Maybe this is just self-defense.
Maybe it is.
Because I don't think she precipitated these events other than just...
We just don't have anything that says she was trying to get rid of the show. Like,
I know that's... She... Maybe the Blue Notebook, maybe.
yeah, I mean, that's might be it.
Look, kids love it too much. She hates kids.
This is my proof.
This tells us... Oh, God. That's it. All it proves is that the marbles are still missing. I told you to find them. Okay, she had no motive. I can't.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is she had no motive because she was trying to kill Powers.
It's self-defense. Or yeah, I don't know.
She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was
okay.
out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense.
What's that now?
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What?
Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then, Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who so cruelly had taken advantage of him all those years.
But why would they cover it up and pin it on Will Powers?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just be like self-defense?
My pipe is broken.
So you did, dude, didn't you?
Yes, I am guilty of self-defense, apparently. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. Manuel fell from trailer stairs. Oh, okay.
Oh, the old one.
Manuel, Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing action scenes. Manuel, don't touch him. No. G.I. Joe.
Knowing is half the battle.
Yes. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again.
Can we get rid of the T-bone steak in our pocket?
No,
that's
we're,
gotta-
we're saving that for later.
Yeah, that's got to go into evidence lockers. Where is Dee Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever.
She moves fast. I see. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
it appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
I thank you, Your Honor.
A higher conviction rate than the prosecution.
Yes.
I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Well, in an ideal world, yes. Very well. We'll just go with that. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, sexy
Not guilty.
as hell. Oh, wow, he's just there. Wow, he's dressed like a character from that 70s show. That is all.
It's the athleisure stuff.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Ms. Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad.
He looks like an elf like that. Like his ears
He's
are
got his
pointy.
ears pointy.
Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Well,
Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because
the monkey.
The book?
I just want the monkey to
I know,
have
the
the blame. But yeah, it's probably the book. The kids love.
take that because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back onto that sweaty costume and... Oh god, nobody's told me. Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Nick Edgeworth.
Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk.
It's better than saying something wrong. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth.
You don't waste any time gloating, do you?
That was mostly Edgeworth
No.
in there.
I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away with it if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Powers.
Yes. Liar.
Right.
I want you
must
to
say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
meet again.
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings.
No.
Unnecessary feelings? Are they gay?
Yes. Unease and uncertainty.
Aren't those kind of necessary?
They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
So is he trying to edge us out of the lawyer business now?
Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend? I think he's just pissed because now he wants to be a defense lawyer
Yeah,
instead of
like
a prosecutor.
They're rivals. Right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess. I wonder if he's going to join the law firm.
There is a game where he's the main character, I think.
Oh.
So it's like Pokemon. We defeat prosecutors and then bring them to our side, or Dragon Ball Z, rather.
Yeah.
So he's like the Vegeta attorney. And we're up against Frieza next. Then Cell.
Phoenix Wright, I guess. It was quite the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making the kids show again.
Oh, man.
Yes!
Is Maya going to be a star?
Nick! This is it. The new show starts today. Will Powers is excellent as the princess.
I didn't think they were seriously going to go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards, too. We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Yeah, you really do.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead? Yes!
Is he really?
I don't know.
Oh, the Will Powers, your poses are beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy.
And that ends episode 3.
Oh, do we get like a preview of...
So,
Oh.
yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, coming up, it looks like we've got a lot of
The parrot
emotion
did it.
going on.
We gotta... I hope I...
The parrot. Oh, my God.
Who is this Dracula son of a bitch?
Anyway, join us for episode 4 on Phoenix Wright here on Donarum. Thanks for watching.